Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. It's a changing of the guard in the town of Twisp as the longtime mayor steps aside. The city of Leavenworth has put $600,000 toward keeping a set of duplexes affordable for renters. Rain showers today will give way to sunny skies on Saturday with the possibility of rain mixed with snow Christmas night. Your complete forecast coming up in weather. A Wenatchee man is in custody for allegedly firing a handgun at a parked vehicle on South Chelan Avenue on Wednesday. 25-year-old Isaac Anthony C.J. Miller was booked by Wenatchee police Thursday afternoon. Investigators say they believe Miller fired an estimated 7 gunshots into an unoccupied Subaru just after 7 p.m. and then drove away. No one was injured. The incident allegedly arose from a dispute between the Subaru's owner and a friend of Miller's. Police say the gunshots were captured on surveillance video. No charges have yet been filed in the case, but Miller remains held in the Chelan County Jail.
The Leavenworth Adventure Park wants to revise its operating permit with the city of Leavenworth. When it was built, the 10-acre park and Alpine Coaster had to meet permit requirements including limited hours, ticketed parking, and a study of the noise created by the amusement. The park owners recently filed an application to remove all those requirements, most of which were put into place to satisfy concerns from Leavenworth residents. The application also seeks to allow acoustic music performances on the grounds. The public can submit written comments about the proposal to Leavenworth City Hall until January 4th.
Wenatchee Rescue Mission, a local nonprofit dedicated to helping the homeless of the valley, is urgently seeking donations to replace 2 sewer pumps that broke down last week. The shelter managed to get 1 pump running again temporarily, but fears it may break down again at any time. The organization has already received $10,000 less in donations compared to this time last year, putting them in an even harder position. The cost to replace both pumps would be around $60,000. Donations can be made on Wenatchee Rescue Mission's website. It's a changing of the guard in the town of Twisp as Mayor Sue Ing Moody steps aside after 13 years holding the gavel. Ing Moody steered the town through a number of wildfire emergencies during her tenure. She oversaw creation of a new Twisp Civic building and major infrastructure projects, including water and sewer replacements. Ing Moody and her husband moved to the Methow Valley in 2000 to operate a bed and breakfast. She'll be replaced by longtime town council member and Mayor Pro Tem Hans Smith, who was elected in November and sworn in last week. When we come back, NCW Libraries has announced the end of a COVID-era program. And this holiday, the Washington Department of Transportation created a special stop-motion gnome focused on tips for sharing the road with snowplows. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today. As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Deepwater Electronics is your one-stop shop for the latest in TV and sound technology. Whether you build your home theater or let them do it for you, Deepwater Electronics is the clear choice.
The switch is on to T-Mobile. Get the best 5G experience and the customer service you depend on. Only at Chelan Wireless in downtown Chelan.
NCW Libraries has announced the end of a COVID-era program. In January of 2021, amidst pandemic closures, they launched their weekly Zoom Storytime programming. The program reached across Central Washington to bring the staple library service to families, children, and caregivers. Since 2021, they hosted 153 Zoom story times for over 2,300 attendees. NCW Libraries said that they're focusing on in-person programming going forward, and the final Zoom story time will be held on December 28th. The city of Leavenworth has put $600,000 toward keeping a set of duplexes affordable for renters. The city council last week amended a grant to Upper Valley Mend, which will purchase 2 properties on Whitman and Joseph Streets. Rents on those properties will be affordable to those households earning median income or below. The median income for the Leavenworth area is $80,500 per year, but housing costs have far outpaced that. The purchase is part of a continuing plan by Mend to acquire a total of 31 affordable rental units in the city at a cost of just over $5 million. Washington's Department of Transportation is always full of good tips for driving in every kind of weather. This holiday, they created a special stop-motion treat focused on sharing the road with snowplows and hosted by Norman, the Motor Gnome. Take a look.
Hi there, I'm Norman, the Motor Gnome. I hope you're enjoying your holiday season, and most importantly, staying safe. Easier said than done, right? How do you think I broke my hard hat? I sure am glad I have my trusty hard hat to keep me safe. Say, that reminds me. As you can see, winter has arrived, which means you're likely going to see our snowplow drivers clearing and treating the roadways to help you get from point A to point B. In other words, keep you safe. And you can return the favor. How? I'm glad you asked. Sometimes our plow operators work in tandem, like Santa's reindeer, to clear snow from 2 or more lanes with one pass. It can be quite effective. That is, when drivers aren't putting themselves or us at risk. Here's an example of what not to do. That was a close call and could have caused a bad crash. Next, you'll want to pack your patience with you when traveling behind a plow. We travel 35 miles an hour or less while treating the roads in order to keep the materials on its surface. So please don't crowd the plows. Another big no-no is passing us on the right while we're plowing. That's one way to wind up on the naughty list or deal with insurance. I'm not sure which is worse. Plus, you never know what might be in the snow we're pushing. Did you see that? Let's take another look. And we'll slow it down this time. Yikes! Talk about a lump of coal. Lastly, every once in a while, we have to make evasive maneuvers. Watch out, little one! Phew, that was close. As I was saying, you never know what our... Uh-oh, the abominable snow monster of the east strikes again. That was another close call. I think it's time to get out of here. Well, there you have it. A few simple tips on how to share the road with our plow drivers this winter season. Wherever your travels may take you, please be safe. It's the greatest gift you can give. Oh my, would you look at the time? I'm off to find a new hard hat. You never can be too safe. From our Wasdop family to yours. Happy holidays, everyone.
Coming up next, Brogan Potter, the Senior Director of Programs for the Wenatchee YMCA, was selected for the YMCA of the U.S. Emerging Leaders 30 Under 30 Award. We'll tell you more about that in tonight's feature story. Sunshine in the forecast tomorrow with the possibility of some light rain mixed with snow on Christmas night. I'll have all the details in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Road, NCWLIFE channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
Brogan Potter, the Senior Director of Programs for the Wenatchee YMCA, was selected out of 100 nominees for the YMCA of the USA Emerging Leaders for 30 Under 30 Award. The award recognizes YMCA employees across the nation who have contributed greatly to both their facility and community through their leadership skills. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE News caught up with Potter to hear about the experience of achieving this award.
I found out about the YUSA's 30 Under 30 program via email, actually. I got what seemed like fishy email from somebody saying, you've been nominated for this. Please fill out this, questionable link with questions in it. And I actually forwarded it to our CEO, Dory, and said, does this look right? I mean, the email checks out. It's a ymca.net email, which is YUSA's email, but I don't know this person. It seems weird. I had no idea that I was even nominated. And we both did some digging and figured out that it does check out. So I filled out the questions. It was very easy. And I heard nothing after that, not a single thing. So I assumed I either didn't get it or they were waiting until the new year. I didn't really think much of it. And then my husband took me on a lunch date, which we do quite frequently, so it wasn't a big deal. And he told me that we had a meeting, which we're in the middle of, personal business stuff too. So I didn't, again, think anything of it. Took me down to Pybus and did this whole thing, played what he calls the dumb husband card, and I totally bought it, and then he drove me back up here and I said, where are we going? And he walked me down into the teen center and everybody was there and they were like, congratulations. And I said, for what? I had no idea until Dory handed me the plaque that YUSA sent. I brought it home for our kids to look at because they were very, very interested in it. But it is a plaque that says, 30 Under 30 YUSA and a little script about serving our communities and why it's important for us to do the work that we do. I do now have an idea of who nominated me. I found out that it was one of our employees who has worked for us and for me for 5 years now. I hired her in September of 2018. And it was anonymous. They're not supposed to tell us who nominated us, but Dory did some digging and was able to find out who it was. So yeah, I was nominated by a current employee of ours. My thoughts and feelings going into this was just gratitude and, pride, of course, of our tiny little Y being able to be recognized on this level at some level. This is a nationwide award that goes out, and there are only obviously 30 honorees. It sounds like there were 100 nominations, so that was pretty cool. But I was just shocked, grateful. I genuinely love our Y. I love working for the Y. I love our mission. I truly have a passion for what we do. So I was honored to be able to receive something like this, honored that our entire team showed up for me that day on their lunch to celebrate this, and just really grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve our community.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Friday and a great work week. Here we are. Most of us will get a 3-day weekend. It's the Christmas weekend, which is kicking off. And once again, we had a cloudy day in the Wenatchee area. I thought we would see some more rain shower activity throughout the afternoon. It has been spotty. Some misty rain has fallen in some locations, and boy, some blue sky also in our afternoon today as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi tower camera. Very foggy up north around that Brewster and Pateros areas, and a lot of us seeing that today. And as we move forward into our Christmas weekend, we can expect some light mountain snow. That'll mainly be to our east. We are going to see all kinds of sunshine here at home tomorrow. So if you're traveling tomorrow, it should be fantastic. What we're looking at is overnight tonight. We're Stevens Pass and also Snoqualmie Pass. We're going to throw Loop Loop in there too. 4 to 8 inches of snow is possible. So if you are traveling for your holidays tonight, boy, you're going to run into some winter travel conditions. Try and wait until Saturday because things will get much better. By Christmas Eve, just a lot of clouds for us here. Cascade Crest could see some snow. But by Christmas night, I think most of us will see a mix of rain and snow. That will be late Christmas night and into Tuesday. That should end on Tuesday afternoon. And then not much happening for us Wednesday here at home anyway, just some mostly cloudy skies. So it looks like your main travel concerns will be tonight and once again early tomorrow. We'll get more on that coming up in your forecast. Today's high temperature, just like yesterday. 39 unofficially our high today. 32 is where we should be for this time of year. And our record, beautiful 51 degrees set back in 2014. 36 this morning, way above what we should be seeing for low temperatures this time of year. Our normal is 23 and our record low 9 below zero set back in 1983. Just a trace of precipitation so far anyway here in the Wenatchee area. Sunrise this morning was at 7:46 and the sun set this afternoon at 4:13. All right, let's get you into the forecast now. And here's what it looks like for Saturday. Temperatures about like today. The good news for Saturday, a return of the sunshine. And we haven't seen sun in about 2 weeks here in the Wenatchee area. 38s all over our board from Moses Lake through Ephrata and Quincy into Wenatchee and pretty much up the Highway 97 corridor all the way to Omak, 38 degrees there, and 37s tomorrow for both Cashmere and up in Leavenworth. So a beautiful sunny day on tap tomorrow. If you're traveling, you picked a good day. Tonight, mostly clear skies, mainly thanks to this area of high pressure nosing that ridge up and over the Pacific Northwest. We'll get a little chilly with those clear skies tonight, at least chillier than we've seen with lows in the upper 20s. For Saturday, we will have a nice one. Sunny, dry, and nice. Look at the clear skies around Washington for tomorrow. High temperatures in the upper 30s, and you can see that big storm system knocking at the door. Really not going to do anything on Christmas Eve except just bring us a lot of clouds on Sunday. We will cool down too. As you can see, this cooler air is sinking all the way down into the southern U.S. High temperatures on Christmas Eve Sunday in the mid-30s. For Christmas Day, here's that storm system, and it's going to be bringing lots of wind and some rain along the shore of western Washington Christmas Day. By the evening hours, here we go in central Washington, a 50% chance that we'll see a rain-snow mix. Highs during the day on Monday in the mid-30s once again. For Tuesday, cloudy skies. That area of low pressure starts to move slowly south, but we're still going to keep about a 40% chance of rain and snow in the forecast. A little warmer for Tuesday as well, with highs in the upper 30s. For your Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies, or chance for precipitation wanes as we get into midweek. Maybe some scattered showers here in Wenatchee on Wednesday. High temperatures, that's the good news, right around the 40-degree mark. And then for Thursday, that area of low pressure continues to move to the southwest. Still bring us plenty of clouds for Thursday, but we will warm up some more with high temperatures Thursday in the low 40s. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now. 29 overnight tonight. Beautiful Saturday on tap. Sunshine and 38. Clouds will begin to move in on Christmas Eve ahead of a storm. We expect Christmas night. 35 Sunday. A 50% chance of rain mixed with snow Christmas night and once again into Tuesday morning. But notice we are warming up early next week. 39 your high temperature on Tuesday. Maybe some leftover showers on Wednesday and 41. And then mostly cloudy, mainly dry for Thursday with high temperatures then right around 43 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Hi, everybody. Dan Kuntz filling in for Grant Olson. Geno Smith, he thought he was going to start on Monday. He didn't, of course. Looks like, though, he is going to start Sunday down in Nashville when they take on the Tennessee Titans. Now, when Pete Carroll gave Geno Smith the word on Monday night, he wasn't going to start. Geno admitted that it was a tough pill to swallow.
It was tough. It was tough. You know, just preparing myself and doing everything that I possibly can to be ready to play, feeling like I was ready to play, you know, expecting to go out there and play, and then, you know, coach making that decision. You know, we got to live with it. And obviously I was hurt by it. You know, I want to go out there and compete. I want to play any chance that I get. But I do understand that he's got to make the decision for the team and also for me, you know, to kind of protect me from myself at times. So you know, had to deal with it and move on and go out there and support the guys. So that was my main focus once I learned that, you know, I wouldn't be able to play.
Obviously, we all know what happens. Drew Lock comes in, leads them for that incredible game-winning drive on Monday night. Geno Smith says that could not have happened to a better guy.
Oh, that was awesome. So excited for Drew. Man, that was really cool to see just him in that moment. You know, and for all the guys, really, that was a big win for us. Big time game, Monday Night Football against a really good team. You know, I thought Drew played really well throughout the game, and then, you know, for him to close it out the way he did, for all the guys to make the plays the way they did, man, I was just so happy, man. I couldn't, you know, it was one of those nights where you'll remember for the rest of your life, man. Just seeing him in that moment and just the way that he handled all that was real cool to see.
Tennessee is going to run the ball a lot because they have Derrick Henry. He's an all-pro running back. He's really good. Quandre Diggs, safety for the Seahawks, said, we're going to have our hands full.
I mean, he has a game or two like that a year, and he still continues to put up crazy numbers. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Derrick Henry. He's one of the best to do it. You know what I mean? He continues to be tough to tackle. He continues to go out there and make his mark, and, you know, he's the identity of that team. So you never take him lightly. You know what he's going to bring. He's going to get tougher as the game goes on. So it's always a fun matchup. It's always fun to see him and just admire his work from afar.
Julian Love was named the Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC. He had 2 interceptions, of course, against the Eagles. But Quandre Diggs said the real hero of the defense so far has been Mike Jackson.
You know what you're going to get out of Jack. You know what I mean? Never been a surprise since he stepped in here in 2021. I've always been a fan of his game. And, you know, it's just, for me, it's crazy because I think a lot of y'all don't even know. When I got traded here Detroit signed Jack. Jack wore 28 in Detroit, and then he ended up here. So, like, it's just the parallels in life and, you know, the things that, how small the world is and, you know, the people that you be around. But he's always been a hard worker. He's always been somebody that, you know, knows what he's doing. He's going to be in the right spot. If he gets beat, he's going to go make the next play. And just being able to see him just be physical on that edge, I mean, he can do it, you know. I mean, he can tackle, he can cover, he can go get the ball. So I'm always excited to see him out there, and, you know, I always have the ultimate trust in him.
Seahawks and the Titans, Sunday morning, 10 a.m. on the Columbia Broadcasting System. Seattle Kraken back at work tomorrow. They're in Anaheim to take on the Mighty Ducks. They'll get going at right around 5 o'clock. You can watch that on Root Sports Northwest. One more game next week, and then, of course, on New Year's Day, the Winter Classic at T-Mobile Park, home of the Seattle Mariners. Very light schedule in women's basketball, not a lot to talk about, but there you go. Eastern Washington will be at Wyoming today. They played at noon, and 20th ranked Gonzaga played New Mexico at the Kennel at 1 o'clock at the McCarthy Athletic Center, which is also known as the Kennel. The Eastmont girls picked up another victory over the weekend. They've been playing some pretty good basketball. Nicely done last night. They topped Walla Walla Town so nice. They named it twice. They went 2-0 this week. Spenaway Lake down the Wenatchee girls. Chelan beat Liberty Bell. Omak edged Quincy in girls basketball. Cashmere over Cascade. Highland beat Orville. And Tenasca took care of Jenkins out of Chewelah in girls basketball. Boys basketball, Eastmont also won. They beat Spenaway Lake. Cheney dumped Wenatchee. Liberty Bell surprised Chelan. Omak over Quincy. Cashmere knocked off Cascade in boys basketball. Orville over Highland, and Tenasca topped Jenkins, again, out of Chewelah. The girls' schedule, some games have already completed, but it looks something like this. Let's see. Pasco played at Eastmont at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Wenatchee hosts Walla Walla. Tenasca travels to Colville at 4. Okanagan will host Reardon at 6. And Brewster plays at Napavine in girls basketball. Brewster is on the west side. They'll take on Rainier, and they took on Rainier. Actually, they will tomorrow at noon. Boys basketball today. Again, some of these games have already been completed. The Panthers host the Panthers at 2:30. Eastmont takes on Monroe. Tenasca visited Colville. 7:30 tonight. Reardon at Omak, and Brewster is at Napavine. And then the Bears finish up their pre-holiday schedule again tomorrow against Rainier. And our very own Eric Granstrom spent yesterday up at Mission Ridge. Lucky guy. He's going to have a special story on a local guy who made the U.S. national ski team. You're going to see that next week. But while he was up there, he talked about what's happening over the holidays.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays from the NCWLIFE channel. I'm Eric Granstrom here at Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort. It's a resort just out of town in Wenatchee. You can rise up above the fog and come up here for some sunshine and for some white powder. In addition to daily skiing and night skiing coming up next week, Mission Ridge also plans for a party the final weekend of the year with live music on Saturday night, the 30th, and then a big celebration for New Year's Eve on the 31st. Find out more about it at missionridge.com.
And that's sports. Happy holidays. Hi, everybody. Dan Coons, host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Tune in Christmas morning, Monday morning at 7 a.m. We're not going to be here, of course. We got Monday off. But tune in Monday morning at 7 a.m. just to see what might happen. Anyway, we have a 3-day weekend. We will be back on Tuesday. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. And hope you get a chance to do whatever it is that you want to do. And I hope Santa treats you well this year. I know I'm going to have a great Christmas. I've been exceptionally good this year, for the most part. Did my nose just grow? We'll see you Tuesday.
Finally tonight, Wenatchee native Daniel Wall has been teaching for some years at Kadena Middle School, which serves the children of military families stationed in Okinawa, Japan. Through the Department of Defense, Dan sent this holiday greeting to his hometown for Christmas 2023.
I'm Dan Wall from Kadena Middle School, and the Kadena Middle School Band wishes you a happy holiday from Okinawa, Japan.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. We'll be off on Monday, Christmas Day, and back on Tuesday. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us. Have a great weekend and a Merry Christmas.